once again. What's going on, people? This is Kingsley Cross at kingzLoFitness.com. Just finished out a workout routine that I did, which consisted of a lot of routines once again. Now I'm at another level of the routines. Higher levels within the same, some of them is the same, you know what I'm saying? There's four core routines, one leg routine, and one push and one pull. Now with the core routine, the first one, I went to another level, no, same level, higher repetition, which is like being in another level. It's strenuous. Another routine which kind of hit the core, kind of like, it's like a planche routine, but it's very, very strenuous. It's another level. I go into the private forum, talk to other people about it. And I tried to look it up last night, but it wasn't too much detail. Surprisingly, it wasn't too much detail on that. I don't think people made it to another, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't make it to higher levels without going through that particular one. And that one is pretty strenuous. I'm busy struggling with it, so I know other people struggle with that as well. And I'm planning on writing within the private forum to talk about the detailed information about that routine. Not only the actual routine, but the mobility side of it as well. Strenuous like no other. Next core routine was pretty interesting. It was, sorry, not interesting, but pretty it wasn't as strenuous, you know what I'm saying, because I started off from a while back just to get used to it, and now I'm getting used to it more than ever. Let's see here, frog stand. Let's see. Oh, before that one was like another level of hitting the side obliques, which it didn't look interesting. Sorry, not interesting. It didn't look hard on the video and stuff, because you know you got video presentations and whatnot. It didn't look hard on the video, but getting into it was as hard as I thought it would, as I thought it would be from the video. Anyway, but I managed to hit that up. Although it's brand new, I managed to hit it up no problem. Then there was the next routine with the core. Going backwards, because I talked about the core before. You know, there's 4 cores, 1, 2, 3, 4. I talked about the first, the second, the fourth, and then the third. So I went a little backwards on that situation. I know I might be talking gibberish. You might not understand what I'm talking about, but you could email me. We could talk and whatever, or you could send me a message. I could talk privately. Then the legs is the same routine. I'm getting much better with it. It's the same routine due to the mobility side, where it's you know what I'm saying, like imagine being in a cross-legged position and getting out of it in a form, in a way, but I'm not giving that detail out too tough. So don't try this. So don't try it at home unless you know what I'm talking about. So I had to get back to that one. Although I mastered the original routine for the legs, the mobility side of it it's like I'm still working on that. So it's back to not the basics, but back to that form of mastery. What was the next one after that? The pushing routine now. So going back, back to where I left off from a while back. There was a time that I had to do, like for the pushing, there was a time push and pull. So I'm gonna put the combination up. For the pushing side, I managed to get up to the endurance repetition of high reps, but then I got stuck. So you know what I'm saying, like I got into a plateau in that perspective. So I had to bring it down. I had to go way backwards, just from just from hearing other people within the private forum, and they stated more or less to go into time under tension. With time under tension, you can't do high repetition at the same time as time under tension unless your energy is extreme. Looking at Dragon Ball Z, for instance, like they talking about over 1,000 repetitions of what have you, but as a human being, normal human being, with not as much energy like that, that's extreme. And I bring it down a notch, start from the basics, start from the very absolute beginning, and go into that time under tension and go, get that strenuous going, that flow. And sometimes when, from the low reps to high repetition, when you get into the high repetition, eventually, as you go in towards the ending, it starts going slow anyway, so it starts becoming time under tension. So because you're struggling, you're tensing your body to get that extra repetitions out there. So that was with the push So it's, you know what I'm saying, I'm struggling again, once again, struggling with it. And then the pulling routine, the same rules apply with that. And mind you, at the same time, those are the last two routines within the 7 particular routines. Mind you, it's not only 7, 7 times 2. Because remember, there's the actual routine, then there's the mobility side of the routine. So it's like twice as much. And at the same time, there's little to no rest. You know what I'm saying? Like normally when you're, you know what I'm saying, people at the gym, the normal gym heads, they talk about, you know what I'm saying, what they read and all that good stuff to take a time to rest and then get into the next set. Well, for me, I don't get into the, you know, I get into the next set almost immediately. All I gotta do is make my note to say, okay, this is my first set. Bam, hit the first set up already. Get back into the second set altogether. Yesterday's routine was pretty strenuous. Also a little next level of handstands altogether, where I surpassed the headstand routine. I mastered the 3 levels. Now I'm on the 4th level, which looked easy on the video, but that shit is strenuous as hell. You know what I'm saying? It takes a toll on the shoulders, really hard, because you know you're using certain types of like the bar is empty but it's weighted, and you're putting pressure on your shoulders, and you gotta keep that tension on the shoulders and whatever. Details in the private forum and all that good stuff right there. I can't throw it out there too tough. And more or less I might, you know what I'm saying, put in some more details within kingzLoFitness.com. Not entirely exhausted, but normally people split the particular routine that I do, people split it in 2. You know what I'm saying? It's 7 routines, and normally it's like, okay, 4 routines, and then the next day will be 3 routines, or the 3 routines with the handstands, which would be like 4 plus 4 or whatever. But even with the handstands, there's additional routines for the wrist and whatnot. And going backwards a little bit with the handstand routine from last night, for instance, I got into a new position with the wrist and whatever, which is more strenuous. It is more strenuous, because I had to get into a semi push-up routine to work out on the wrist and whatnot, on the knees and whatever, in that perspective. And eventually I'm gonna be off the knees doing the same routine, but right now I'm starting off with the knees, and that shit is strenuous by itself, working on the wrist movements and whatever. But it's not strenuous, so I'm able to go through that process, but I'm in the absolute beginner level of that. I mean, mind you, there's levels that was before that which I surpassed. So normally when you get to another level, sometimes you know people in the forums, they talk about they want to master it almost immediately. On my account and how I see from other people, or read from what other people say, yeah, they reach the mastery of a routine, but at the same time the body has to get conditioned, or it has to get ingrained with that particular routine, because after that routine is another routine which intertwines from that routine. And when it comes down to the mastery level, I just don't say, okay, I passed the mastery, now it's time to get into the next level of that particular routine. No. Once you hit mastery, you say, oh yeah, I passed the mastery, but I'm going to still do that particular level within that mastery level. You know what I'm saying? There's 3 levels for mastery. And if you pass the 3rd level, I would advise to go through the process from within the 4 weeks, to at least do the 4 weeks of that mastery level down to deload, and then move on. And sometimes when people go through that particular scenario like that, they tend to realize, oh damn, I didn't really surpass that mastery as I thought I did. And they would have to, you know what I'm saying, maybe continue doing that 3rd level for that particular routine for another week. But then at the same time, they might find the weaknesses, and they might go back down. They might go down a level, because there's 3 levels within each routine. And I gotta make some notes just to say, well, you know, to make it more proper of talking this without talking directly about the particular routines altogether. Exhausted and semi-exhausted, really. You know what I'm saying? My level of power, where I'm not splitting a routine of 4 and then going on to 3 plus the 1. I'm doing the 7, and that 1 in particular is a separate day, because when I was doing deload, I did all 8 I did the 7 plus the handstand routine. First I did the handstand routine, then I did the 7. But it's like that was exhausting on deload. I can't do it on the regular. You feel me? So I think that's about it. I think I might flex it out a little bit here and there. Maybe not. Do a little posing, and go into the video again and take out certain poses. You know what I'm saying? So still pictures, throw it on Photoshop, do a little advertising. You know what I'm saying? Create those advertisements and all that good stuff right there. As I look at the videos within Premiere Pro, and you know what I'm saying, maybe go through slow motion and be like, oh, this is slow motion, this particular side, this, pause that particular section, and then say, okay, I want this picture, still the picture, and maybe throw a little advertisement stating kingzLoFitness, blah, 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 phone number, contact information, and we could talk, whatever, on getting your routine in, on getting as strong and powerful. Because it's not about lifting weights, you know what I'm saying? Like, with lifting weights is great, it's awesome and whatnot, but at the same time, if you really want that strength, that core strength from the inside out, because that's where it comes from. You start from the inside. It's almost, you know what I'm saying, like every time I go through certain routines, I'm like, I feel my energy flowing and stuff, and I'm wondering, is this my chi? You feel me? So I gotta go to, I'm gonna talk to go back to like the Kung Fu school that I went to, talk to the instructors, the Sifus, and see if I can get a one-on-one talk with my grandmaster about that situation altogether. And in order to do that, I have to go back into the school and show that I've surpassed myself from when I was younger, because I got so much energy right there, where all those routines that I did in the past, I'm putting into practice right now, and I've been pushing my body further and further. And that's how people do when they go into martial arts. You either on that neutral martial arts, or you going into the next level of stuff right there. And I realize I'm going into another level with it. Even certain things that I was afraid to do, I'm actually doing. Like when I'm going into handstands, I might, you know what I'm saying, like at first I was going, on the wall, but now I'm like in the middle of the room, and if I'm falling forward, I'm rolling forward. So that's like, you know what I'm saying, some things is you feel a way, you feel, oh, I'm scared to fall. I just fall. You know what I'm saying? If it goes down to that, it happens. Hey, it happens. Damn, I don't even feel tired right there. My energy is flowing. It's stronger. I'm getting better, getting stronger. This is Kingsley Cross at kingzLoFitness. I'm out.